Okay, hopefully everything good to go. Alright. Let's finish this. Comeback. Leon is defeated by Xeno's special abilities, but Grace's quick thinking allows them to escape. As Leon's condition worsens, he conveys his unwavering will to Grace. Together they resolve to destroy Elpis. Oh, it's so smooth. Oh my god. Dude, I am so suspicious of Restream. Because I swear it was not until I started using that to stream to both YouTube and Twitch that like all of a sudden when I play and stream, the performance just degrades insanely fast. I mean, an hour and a half in and I'm just like,
system-wide surveillance failure detected.
oh, that's great. An hour and a half in and I'm just like, this is unplayable. And you know, in the very beginning I was only streaming to Twitch, not Restream, and I didn't have this problem. So here I'm only streaming to YouTube, and we'll see how it holds up.
Over there. Easy as pie.
Easy as pie. I don't know why it would matter if I'm streaming to Restream versus Twitch versus YouTube. Oh god. Ooh. Ooh, no. Chop. Nice. I don't know why it would matter, because in theory you would think that my computer is doing the same amount of work. I mean, it's... Oh god. Leon is reaching his limit. Sudden bouts of coughing and blurred vision will cause him to falter. He can only wait for these effects to subside.
Oh, shit. You gotta be kidding me.
Alright, I guess we better not delay too long. Yeah, but I mean, you would think the computer's doing the same amount of work regardless of what platform I'm streaming to, but maybe that is not the case for some reason. What do I need? I'm pretty good on most ammo. And how many med injectors? I have 2. So let's buy the med injector. And then I'll buy the shotgun shells. And I will improve the power of this thing. Buy one more handgun, machine gun, rifle. I'm good on machine gun. I'm good on all of them, honestly. Look at the handgun, since I like to use the handgun. Oh, I didn't save. So yeah, I think I'm probably done with Restream. I mean, if I play through this and I don't have any issues by the end, I think it's going to mostly reinforce my suspicion. Even though I can't explain it. But I just don't want to deal with that bullshit.
Security threat detected.
Elevator shutdown.
Shutdown in
Okay.
effect. Override key authorization required.
It looks like we're gonna be doing some fighting. I see red tank, propane tanks, which is a pretty good sign that we're in for a fun time. Oh, and a spear. Alright, let's do it. Probably all of those zombies are gonna come out from their tanks. Oh god, there's a lot of them. Can I just take them out?
This must be the room. I'll take out as many of you fuckers as I can.
Can I go in here? Nope, it's red. So, I think I also died, what, twice this session so far as Leon? I died to the commander once. He kicked my shit in, and I died, fighting the elite guards once. They gunned me down or some shit. So I think that puts me at 8 deaths, is it? Oh boy.
Haven't changed much. Hell yeah.
Haven't changed much. I guess they were in a previous game. Glad to see I can still Euro step. What the hell? Not today. Well, not for the third time today, I should say. No game kills Leon S. Kennedy 9 times in a row. Go, Leon. Just fight through it, man. You can do it. Override key. Okay. Hand grenade. Excellent. Okay. We can go ahead and combine these. We can also craft something potentially. And I have a lot. I can get some shotgun shells. Wait a second. Oh, yeah. I go it this way. I know some shit's going down here. There are so many of them. Alright. Just like... Alright. Let's use these. They're all just hanging on the ceiling. Oh my god, there's so many. Die! Ooh, synchronized. Haha! Ow. He got me with that time. I don't think I got any of them. Just one more. Oh man, that first throw, just satisfying. Tracking module legendary. That's you, Leon. You're a damn legend. Now, which of these had ammo in their pockets? Just that one. Not a problem.
Warning, autoclave compromised. Pod lockdown unavailable.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, now they're all coming out.
Social here, functionality offline.
Uh-oh.
Air thermometer warning. Pod lockdown unavailable.
Yep, there it is.
Yeah. Let's get this over with.
The elevator will arrive shortly.
Cool.
The elevator has arrived.
Thank you.
I can't waste any more time here.
Come on, Leon.
Almost there, Sherry.
Oh boy. I can't even use my weapons anymore. This is it, man. This is it. This has got to be the end.
Not done yet.
Oh, I'm tripping hard. What the hell? Meanwhile, Grace Ashcroft. Did she quick it? I mean, there's no way she doesn't quick it, right?
What kind of legacy do you want to leave behind?
My research opened Pandora's box, unleashing disaster upon the world.
Except Elpis, the goddess of hope? Or so the myth goes.
A blind hope.
What do you mean?
Humans cannot predict when death will come for them. This is why they have hope. I was wrong, and I am plagued by guilt. Happiness cannot be achieved at the expense of others. I think that's enough
Grace?
for today.
Why did you accept my request for an interview? Who is that? Is that one of your subjects?
Of course not. She was alone in the world. I took her in to make amends.
Oh, that's kind of cute.
She perfectly normal. Just an average child needing a home. She is my hope. Aren't you beautiful? Would you like to hold her?
Oh, okay. She's adorable. What's her name?
Grace.
Grace. Is there anything else you'd like to tell me?
I've said my piece. I only hope it serves as a requiem for those who have passed.
Leon.
What does the creator want? A requiem? Don't know.
Oh, I need to hurry.
I kind of wish I had stopped and spent a little bit more time to read the board before Oh. Before examining the console. Study. This is a nice study. I would love one of these for myself. Spencer's chair.
This is finally my chance to do something.
Leon! Leon! I have a Molotov cocktail for you.
Oh, Leon!
I can't actually take out any weapons.
Leon! Oh no. Oh, hey, it's me. It's Grace. Oh, please wake up. Come on. Wake up, wake up. Hey.
Hey, you. I was just resting my eyes.
You're okay. Oh, let me help you.
Let's do this.
Okay. I don't know the password.
It's okay. Soon left and wide open for us. Any wrong code will do. It'll destroy Elpis.
Let's try.
Grace, whatever it takes. I can buy you some time.
No. No, I have an idea.
I trust you. I trust you.
So, the prodigal daughter returns.
I know the password.
Fulfill your destiny, and all will be forgiven.
Only if you let Leon live.
Very well.
Oh, I get to choose. Destroy Elpis, release Elpis. I mean... Okay. Let's think about this. Now, I told Leon I would destroy Elpis. That's right, and that was like the plan. But the way that Spencer was talking about Elpis made me wonder if there actually is something good about it. What did he say? So in the one in the one interview, they'd refer to Elpis as the goddess of hope. Right, which is, I mean, okay, that's Elpis. And what did Alyssa say? She said something like, do you like regret blah 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 what you've created, even Elpis? Fuck, man. I feel like I should. Oh man, I'm kind of on the fence here now. I wish I could go back and watch the thing again. I mean, Spencer was kind of talking like, oh yeah, you know, I feel a lot of guilt for what I've done. And he did basically, you know, he brought in Grace to make amends. And he said some shit about like, you know, like I deserve this or whatever and blah blah blah, but I'm not sure if I read in that like Elpis was actually a good thing. I kind of want to know what Elpis is also, so fuck it, let's release Elpis.
Please know that you are my hope.
She is my hope. A blind hope.
Okay.
I kind of wonder what happens if what do I enter if I hit destroy?
I was wrong, and I am plagued by guilt.
I'm gonna destroy Elpis. You promise you'll end this.
Damn, this is kind of cool. This is actually really cool. Okay. I feel like I think I'm gonna release Elpis because the way Spencer was talking about it, you know, plagued by guilt, you know, that I am his hope, and then, you know, whatever. Alyssa also says that. Alyssa took me from Spencer. She definitely knows something, right? She hid the I'm gonna choose to see the bright side here.
This is it.
Let's see what happens. I mean, Leon might be mad, but
What are you doing, Grace?
Spencer regretted what he did. He...
Well done.
You promised.
Yes, that I would let him live. Mr. Kennedy, I give you the honor of experiencing my power firsthand.
I'm not sure Elpis is what you think it is. There's nothing special about me. I was never any key. Spencer wanted to make amends. He...
But you released Elpis. What is it? Tell me!
Leon!
Why? My powers!
Elpis is Spencer's atonement. It's an antiviral.
dude, I knew he was fucking alive. I knew this dude was not dead. I said it, didn't I?
Amazing. I am humbled by my master's genius.
Your research was wrong. Elpis wasn't a weapon. There was never a key.
Spencer's paper was obviously incomplete. There was no connection between Grace and Emily.
Do you know how much time and money I wasted on this?
Don't you see the genius? With Elpis, all virus-based weapons are useless. The world order will be thrown into chaos.
We wanted a weapon.
Instead, Spencer gave us anarchy. I will carry his torch and bring his vision to life.
You? You and Spencer were a means to an end.
Yet he outwitted you all.
Spencer defied us and paid the price with his life. He was nothing.
You are nothing but an imitation.
It's over, Victor. The Connections is done with you.
Damn.
I can't let him have it.
Damn. It's got a lot of shit going on.
Your ignorance is staggering.
Leon, it's a cure. Oh, it's working. Leon, it's working. Wake up.
Now, let it all come down. All of it.
Grace, what happened? It's gonna go! Grab something! Grace. Grace! Time to bury Umbrella's last skeleton.
All right.
Spencer's vision lives through me. I will see that it is brought to fruition.
Run.
And how many
Crazy
more
space.
will die for that vision?
Haha. Parry, bitch. Oh.
Sacrifices must be made. In the grand scheme of things, a few lives are nothing.
Not to me. I swore that I'd always protect those lives.
Where are you going? Oh god, that doesn't smell good. We're just gonna hide here. Okay. Ooh, boy! Oh, I walked myself in a corner.
My master's future absolute.
Seems you're reaching your limit.
Oh, boy.
I will not let those ideals win. Give it up!
Oh, I didn't run fast enough. Oh, God. god. Alright, alright. Oh my god. Good thing I have a lot of heals. Oh god, what am I seeing?
Good riddance.
Okay, that felt a little bit more like... Oh boy. I don't like this. I do not like this.
Nemesis. No wonder you're so damn relentless.
Move so sluggish. Oh, he grabbed me, no! Put me down, jackass! Oh boy, oh, badass time. Badass Leon time. Oh,
This time, you ain't getting back up. Grace, where are you? Sherry. Sherry, come in. Sherry. Shit. Grace!
oh, there she is.
Grace, hang on. Fuck. Grace. Grace.
Leon.
We need to get you out of here. Come on. Let's get you out.
Uh-oh.
There's no way out, is there?
Well, I'm not gonna leave your side. I'm gonna sit right here with you.
Damn.
I guess this is it then.
Who's that?
Leon S. Kennedy?
Depends who's asking.
Alpha, you read me, sir? Yeah, they're safe. I got them. Yes, sir. Mr. Kennedy, I have a message from Captain Redfield.
Captain Redfield? Alright. Leon and Chris. Is that the end? This feels like the end.
I'll be damned. Can't believe that antiviral actually worked. Feel better than I have in ages.
Oh, thank God. I'm glad you're okay.
Just
Get a
like,
badge with your name on it.
how about me?
We'll be back in action in no time.
But hook a sister
Thank
up.
you, Leon.
Would have been a lot smoother if Chris hadn't been so late to the party.
Where is Chris, anyway?
No idea. I'm sure I'll run into him at some point.
He's getting ready for Resident Evil 10.
Yeah, I'll call you back. It's over then.
Yeah. Opus really was our last hope.
Well, let's pray Umbrella hasn't left us any more nasty surprises.
I wish we could have saved Emily.
Grace. I didn't hit any of her vitals. She could still be alive.
What are you saying?
Maybe we can save her.
The government has confirmed the existence of an actively trading bioweapons lab located here in the ruins of Raccoon City. The origin point for the worldwide spread of bioorganic weapons. This illegal facility appears to have been in operation for decades.
Sources say that the extension of the lockdown and the recent series of mysterious deaths may be related to tragic events in Raccoon City 28 years ago.
Evidence seized in Raccoon City has led the Justice Department to reopen its investigation into Oswald Spencer and the long-defunct Umbrella Corporation. Some believe the government deliberately drove Umbrella into bankruptcy.
The late Alyssa Ashcroft is credited with cracking the Oswald Spencer story. Conspiracy theorists are already claiming that she was killed in a cover-up, and that the organization responsible is secretly controlling our government.
Tonight, In a speech from the Oval Office, the president is expected to reject allegations of any government involvement since the Raccoon City incident.
Oh shit! Yo, I feel like she's gonna be back.
Cold rain seeps to my soul. Old wounds I can't forget. Night steals away.
Oh man, okay. That was really good. I really had a good time with this game.
Fighting the darkness, holding me, dragging me to the ground, facing the pain that's controlling me. I won't let it keep me down. I'll make it through to the other side. Scarred hands, tired and worn, warmth of a new dawn on my face. I'll never let it go again.
Oh man, okay. This one, it was so good. It was so good. I am blown away. I think this one, I mean, you know, I've only played really the new gen Resident Evils. I never played 1, 2, 3. I played a little bit of 4. Like way back when it originally came out on the GameCube. I had a friend who had it, so I played it on occasion at my friend's house, or like at a GameStop or something if they had it up. But I didn't really play through it. And then I think I played, I want to say it was some of 5. Like when they went fully into action. So when I played Resident Evil 5, I think it was, because I remember it was like co-op, and I remember the game was a little bit controversial because, like, you go to Africa and all the zombies are Africans, and it's like 2 white protagonists gunning down pretty much entire just populations of people. Yeah, it was not a great look. I mean, and also just the action was just kind of ridiculous, right? It was a big step away from, you know, what Resident Evil was before. But I played a little bit of that, and I think I actually returned that game because I wasn't really into it. I didn't play 6. And then when 7 came out, you know, I was very interested in it. Funnily enough, when 7 came out, I wanted to play it, and I just didn't get around to it. And then when 8 came out, I was like, oh gosh, okay, I want to play 8, that looks good, but I gotta play 7 first. So 8 came out, then I played 7 so that I could play 8. But then I just never played 8. Until 9 came out, and I was like, oh gosh, okay, I gotta play 8 so I can play 9. So then I played 8, and this time I finally broke the cycle, and I actually played 9 on release. But yeah, this game was really, really good. I think it was the best out of the ones that I've played for sure. Better than 7 and 8, which were both good, for sure, right? I mean, 7 was amazing. I thought 8 was still not as good as 7, but still pretty damn good. But this one just like really great. So okay, I'll be a little bit more specific. What are the things that I liked? I thought pretty much all of the Grace sections were just like nearly impeccable. I mean, I don't think there's anything more I could have wanted from the Grace sections, the survival horror. Like, it felt like they really got a good balance of, you know, you feel weak and, you know, vulnerable, but you're not completely helpless, right? You can fight back. There are a lot of sections where I did fight back as Grace. I mean, even today, there was when I got jumped by some of the crawlers, and you know, when I was in the one room that I collected the little orb, the second one to open the archive room. In both of these, I mean, instances and many others, I was able to fight back as Grace. And, you know, even though we had limited weapons, right? We had a single pistol, we have some throwables. Like, those moments of combat were infrequent enough that you didn't feel like you needed more weapons to choose from, or more variety. It was just enough, and you know, you could stockpile enough things. You had your little makeshift knife, you had the hemolytic injector if you could sneak up on something. Like, these were just enough tools to strike that perfect balance of feeling vulnerable but not completely helpless, and you know, able to make it through each of the challenges. So I thought that was great. I also thought the enemy variety was excellent. I mean, both in terms of the zombies having all their unique personalities and little gameplay mechanics with each of them. That was incredible. And then for the big stalker enemies that you face as Grace, right? It's like the girl in the very beginning, and then I guess I mean, it's mostly the girl like in the care center, right? In all the various sections. And then when you do the later Grace sections in Ark, I guess there wasn't a stalker enemy, but the girl was I thought she was a pretty good stalker overall. She was different from the others because, like with Jack Baker, my understanding is he truly walks around the house in random fashion. So, you know, like the game, it's probably similar to Alien Isolation. The game probably like guides him towards your general area, but he is wandering around randomly, as opposed to an 8, like Lady D has a scripted path, which does change over the course of the game to keep her near you, but like she has scripted paths, and so she's predictable. This one, the girl was pretty predictable overall, but like I think the key difference was that with Jack Baker and with Lady D, it's like you had the main stalker enemy in the area that was just always there, and then you had like little enemies, right? You had the molded in 7, and then in 8 it was I don't even remember what they were called, the cloaked like zombie-like creatures or whatever. But those things don't really have that much variety, right? They're pretty much all the same. They kind of wander around in their little routes, and then when they see you, they lumber towards you slowly. Like, it's not really that interesting to keep finding them over and over. And I think that's the huge thing about this one, is just the enemy variety, both in terms of like the types of enemies, right? There's different types of zombies and such. And then also like the zombies all have their own little unique behaviors, their personalities, whatever. That was just really cool. So I loved that. And there were some like big enemies that kind of make you go like, oh crap, right? Like, you know, the chef and the big blobby dude in the east wing of the care center, and of course the girl in those sections. So yeah, even facing the girl, you know, it's like she's obviously very scary and intimidating, but you can face her down, and you know, you do get like a very cathartic final showdown with her at the end of the care center section. So that was great. Also, like the whole, you know, having to carry Grace having to carry Emily around. Yeah, I mean, from a story perspective, I found it contrived for sure, but like as a gameplay mechanic, it was actually not as annoying as I thought about it. It was Like it was actually pretty good. You know, these sections they weren't there all the time. Hey, Hamilton. Yeah, Leon had the Hamilton watch. Ooh, nice. Um, yeah. So I mean, they didn't happen all the time, so it wouldn't get like overly tiresome or whatever. And I think because of that, the fact that like the girl sequences were scripted and all these other things were scripted. Oop, cutscene.
And Sherry's okay? Oh, good. I'm so glad. Emily, yeah, she's doing great. I'm actually teaching her how to read.
Grace. Grace. Where's that report?
Sorry. We gotta go. Catch up soon.
Oh, that's so cute. Wait, is she not blind anymore? I guess, was her blindness a product of the viral infection and she was cured? That's really cool.
Remaining BSAA forces have been neutralized. Retrieving the objective before they send in the wolves.
Hope and Requiem. Complete the main story by releasing Elpis. Rising Agent. Okay, I didn't see the other objectives or achievements I got. 16 hours, 42 minutes, 36 seconds. That's not too bad. I was expecting like, you know, I think probably for most people I was expecting it would be a 12-hour game, but I know I really like to take my time with these. I did it in 7, I did it in 8, so 16, almost 17. That sounds about right. Yeah, anyway, so what was I saying? The enemy variety, really good with Grace. I think the main, in terms of gameplay mechanics, I have no complaints, no notes really. In terms of the environments, also really great. I think the only part where I got a little bit fatigued as Grace was in the, probably in the basement when you're rescuing Emily from the cell. I think that was the only time where I got a little bit fatigued. The care center I didn't get really fatigued, even though I definitely took way longer than I think I had to in that section because I was like backtracking in weird ways, and I think one thing too was sort of learning how to grow into her capabilities. Because I remember one issue there was I needed to get the bottle of acid, right, to melt the lock for the second piece of quartz. And it was in that conference room with a shrieker, and you know, because she was shrieking and throwing me back, for whatever reason, I think I like really accepted Grace's weakness and assumed that I was not meant to get it at that point. So I spent all this time looking around doing other things, and yeah, I did find other whatever secrets and stuff and you know, open safes and stuff, which was good. But I think there wasn't anything I was meant to find to make that section available. So then I just kind of went back there. I was like, well, fuck it. You know, I've done everything else. This is the only place I haven't really tried. So I went in and just kind of went for it. Ended up having a really tense, you know, showdown with the Shrieker. I forgot her name. Gunned her down. That obviously attracted the attention of the other researchers. They came lumbering in after me, and I had to fight my way out of it. And I thought that was really cool. I also thought like so much in terms of other gameplay stuff, like the hemolytic injector was just such a cool thing, right? The ability to delete one of the enemies for good, coupled with the threat that anyone you take out might come back, like that just made for some really interesting gameplay. And like for me, probably like for a lot of people, I'm a little bit more conservative. I tend to hold on to my supplies, so my inclination is to try not to use those precious hemolytic injectors if I can help it. Then later on, you know, you get a little bit richer, you have more resources, and you can kind of just use them. But like because of that, I really felt incentivized to try to rely on my stealth, and you know, it was cool that the game also gave you scenarios where you really didn't have a choice but to get detected. And so the fact that the zombies were slow moving, they lumber after you, but you know, they weren't so slow that you could just like completely laugh them off. I mean, with a few exceptions, right? There's definitely times where I kind of did my ring around the rosy, and I'm just like looting a room while being chased slowly by the zombie, and just kind of keep looping around, and it's totally fine, right? But there were also times where it's just like, yeah, I mean, like in getting the bottle of corrosive acid for the second quartz piece, like that was a tense moment, and I didn't have too many of those moments I mean, not as many in 7 and 8, right? Like the molded didn't make for as interesting gameplay, I felt, and same with I don't remember what they were called again in 8, like the Moro something. So that was great. I think the only thing about Grace's side of this of the game that kind of annoyed me. I mean, annoyed in like a not seriously annoyed, but from a story, character and story perspective, I really, really like Grace as a character. Don't get me wrong, but there were so many times where I'm just like, look, Grace, I love you, but you are one dumb motherfucker sometimes. Like some of the things that she does, you know, like the whole section with the like having to go get Emily to read the Braille. It's just like, dude, like you don't need her to read it. You can figure it out, right? There's only three words. So even if you try every combination, that's only 6 combinations. But on top of that, it was like sun, moon, star. One of them has only 3 letters, so you can identify that in one go. And then moon and star, like moon has, you know, the 2 O's repeated. So you can also figure that immediately. Like you should be able to get it first try. You don't need to go get her. I mean, come on. Like, isn't she supposed to be one of the best analysts in the FBI? Like, what you doing, girl? You know? So there was like things like that or whatever, and you know, like various other sections where I'm just kind of like yeah, I get it. She's not supposed to be like a super badass like Leon, right? That's the whole point. But there were definitely times where she just did some questionable things, like from a story perspective, right? But you know, I still really like her character. So you know, these are things that I like to make fun of her for. But I really liked her character. Really felt attached to both her and Leon. The Leon side of the game, I will be honest, I didn't like it as much as Grace's. I still really liked it. I thought it was weaker than Grace's. I think mechanically it was mostly okay, but there were just like little things that I felt like were rough edges. And it's hard to kind of put your finger on them because some of them are just Resident Evil being Resident Evil, right? Like Resident Evil is not the type of action game that moves really slowly where you can move around very fluidly and you have you know, and stuff like that. Like there are parts that I think are deliberately meant to be a little bit more sluggish, you know. It's kind of like for instance, right? I like to use the rifle a lot of times, but there's quite a bit of delay from when you raise up, you take the shot, and then when you actually put the gun down. So there were so many times where I got hurt because I was like trying to take a shot off real quickly and then like dodge out of the way if say the enemy was charging towards me or whatever, but like it just takes so long. That backswing on the shot there is just so long that I can't get moving quick enough, right? Or other times like his, you know, moving from a walk to a sprint in some of the fights, it's not like a really big change in movement speed. So like I don't know if I'm walking or sprinting and I'm actually going too slow. And like you saw that even in the final boss fight, it was so sloppy, right? Where I would take a shot and then like, or whatever, I'm trying to dodge Victor Gideon's like dive attack, and I just don't get out of the way quickly enough because, you know, I'm just not factoring, like even by the end of the game, I wasn't fully used to it. I wasn't factoring in how much time I would need to like get moving and whatnot. So there was that. I think some other things with Leon, like in the beginning, the melee attacks felt slightly unnatural to me, right? It's like spacebar to take out your melee weapon and then left click to swing. But then if you do a melee kick, that's a prompt with F. And then if you do a melee finisher, like with a hatchet for a downed enemy, that's a prompt with left click. So all these things were just, I found a little bit unnatural and clunky. I also didn't like the, I mean, I liked, but also I had some annoyances with the whole tyrant chase scene. Like it was very tense. I thought it was cool that they brought him back. I know of him, even though I didn't play 2, but you know, playing the whole RPG section definitely made me want to go play RE2. But the part about it that was just annoying was that, like, you know, he would kind of break down the wall or surprise you and cut off your escape route, and you're supposed to run around and great. But sometimes this happened like in cutscenes where they change the camera and it kind of disorients you, so I don't know which way I'm facing and whatever. And like when he killed me, and with that, it looked like it was some scrap metal basically torn off the tail of a helicopter or something. That part was weird as hell because he like smashed the thing through the wall, and he was kind of just like jiggling it about there in front of me. So I backed up out of the doorway to kind of just like, okay, like I'll let you do your thing, and then once you clear it, I assumed that it would be one of those things that, you know, happens in chase sequences all the time. The enemy like throws out an attack or something right in front of you. You have to wait for them to pull away, and then you keep moving. But it turns out, I guess I triggered a lose condition because after staying there for a little while, even though the helicopter thing is just on the ground in front of me, like all of a sudden it triggers a cutscene where he impales me with that same thing from behind, and then whatever, like rips me in half on it. And when he like impales me from behind, that's also confusing because it gives me the wrong signal, right? Like I saw the thing in front of me. I thought he was in front of me. Then like, I mean, he basically does the like teleports behind you, nothing personnel, kid, right? And then does a KO on me from behind. Like that sends the wrong signal with that, like, oh, I'm moving too slowly. Except I also know I can't move forward because in the game he's right in front of me. So it wasn't until the second time around when I went up the stairs, and instead of going left to the room where he, you know, throws or whatever, slams through the wall with the helicopter, I looked to the right instead and I saw the little looping spot, and I realized, oh, I'm supposed to run back here and loop him around here. And that was a little bit disappointing, right? Like for those things, you want to figure out what to do in the context of the environmental storytelling and you know, kind of the flow of the action. You don't want to figure out what to do based on meta knowledge of like, oh, if this room is here and there's a looping, there's a possibility to loop here, then like, oh, it must be intended for me to run here, right? Like that's just, you know, we all do it as gamers, like we pick up those signals from the game design and stuff, but it's not as satisfying to figure something out based on that compared to, you know, everything and the other things. So that part was a little bit annoying as well. I thought the Leon action was mostly pretty fun. My impression is a lot of people didn't like the Ruins of Raccoon City part, and I definitely agree that part dragged a little bit, but I think I was still mostly okay with it because I felt like the action there was varied enough. You know, they did introduce new enemies, new threats. You know, the glass floor section while you're climbing up the tower was kind of cool. The mortar zombies was pretty wild. I mean, the machine gun zombies and the mortar zombies, both of them, when I saw them, I was like, oh my god. And then two of my deaths were basically to the introduction of these two enemies, right? So I thought there was enough variety there that I wasn't too bothered by the fact that it was dragging on a little bit. I thought that a lot of the Leon action was definitely satisfying, going through like and just mowing down zombies. Like, oh, it was just incredible. I mean, there's some parts that were just like mwah, like a chef's kiss in terms of just beautiful, you know, how satisfying it was to take enemies out, right? And it's really nice how like Leon gets to face a lot of these enemies after Grace. So when Leon goes through the care center for the first time, that moment was just glorious. Like you're going, you know, after sneaking around, you know, with your lighter, and you're just like terrified the whole time. You know, everything there can kill you, and you're creeping around trying to like hide in the shadows, not die. Then you get to go through the second time on a revenge tour as Leon, just like fucking charging around. You know, you don't give a shit about stealth. You just mow down all of the zombies you see. Just simple, like brutal, efficient. That was just some like truly inspired A+ game design. That section was incredible. Also, when Leon's last section in Ark, right, you're fighting your way out, especially like, you know, that last room where all of the crawlers were on the ceiling, and I threw the explosive tank and blew it up, and it burned 4 of them. They just like fell from the ceiling in a synchronized manner and died all together. Like that was so satisfying. So there were like a lot of these moments in the game that were just really delightful, really surprising from a like, holy shit, like what am I gonna do? And then being able to pull out a win or sneak out those things, also incredibly gratifying. Interestingly, I mentioned this a few times throughout, all of my deaths were on Leon. I didn't die once as Grace, and I think I died like 8 times as Leon. I can count them. The first time was to the blister heads in Victor Gideon's office in the care center. Second time was to the big mutated blister. I don't know what he's called. I just call him the bloater because he looks like a bloater from The Last of Us. In the church after saving Grace, and then you go in there and you fight a bunch of them. He got me in a grab and like vomited on me and I guess ate my head off or something. That was the second death. The third one was to another one of those bloaters in the sewage treatment plant. I think I was just like not being... Oh, I remember. He was charging at me and I kind of played it risky and I took a shot at the blister on his belly to try to stop him. But I just kind of missed and he hit me with a charge and that killed me. The fourth one was to the machine gun zombie, the first introduction, right after the glass floor section of the Willis Tower climb. The 2 of them, I remember I went up there, I got hit by one of them, and I was kind of like, oh, that's funny. But because the animation of him shooting the gun was just kind of him like wildly swinging about, I really underestimated the enemy. I didn't expect him to be so precise and quick with those shots. And there were 2 of them, so they basically just like fucking gunned me down like a dog. So that was the 4th one. 5th one was the mortar zombies. I think same thing. I didn't really take them that seriously, especially because when I first saw them, it seemed like they were always shooting in roughly the same spot. Like they didn't seem to be aiming very well. But then when I went to the later section at the very back, I got a little ambitious and I like ran through the door to see if I could take that one guy out, and I ended up in this like really bad loop where he got me with the mortar, and then there was a machine gun zombie on the other side that was like hitting me, and then another one was walking up to me with a grenade. So I kind of ended up in this weird stun lock thing where like the mortar blew up on me, and so I go flying, and then right after I get up, machine gun zombie like hits me with a spray that stuns me a little bit, and then the grenade zombie's right there and it blows up on me, and that was not good. So that was the 5th time. The 6th death was, I think that one was the one to the Tyrant during the chase sequence, the thing with the helicopter tail that I talked about. The 7th death was to the elite guards in Ark. I took a few of them out. Right, it was after going into that room. You climb up the ladder, you go across the catwalk and go jump down on the other side. I took out the first set, and then I kind of underestimated the second set, and they got me. I mean, honestly, my gameplay today was very sloppy throughout most of it. Like fighting the elite guards, fighting the bosses, it was not good. So we could just admit that and move on. And then my 8th and final death was to the commander. Like for whatever reason, I was just not reading his attacks and everything well. Like, and I wasn't like, for whatever reason, just discerning the right feedback for whether I was getting my timings right. Like there were some that were obvious. He would attack and I would parry and I would kind of like kick him back, or whatever. But there were other times where like he like would raise up his hatchet and then I think I like parried early or something, and then he kind of delayed, which was really annoying. And yeah, I mean that just like whooped my ass. I don't know. I think my brain was a little scattered today for whatever reason. I guess it's been a long day. So that was my 8th death. And that was, I think, the last death. I don't think I died after that. I came pretty close during some of the boss fights. The last Victor Gideon fight, like, it was like the plant fight when I was approaching Ark. I was just really, like, sluggish. Like, all of my movements were just, you know, a second behind, and I was just getting punished really hard by all of the really big AoE attacks and such. But you know, fortunately, I was very loaded up on health, and this is only standard difficulty. So yeah, it was fine. What other things about the game? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I really had a good time. I might play it again on a higher difficulty, and maybe also, you know, not play on modern, but classic, which limits your saves as Grace. I mean, I oversaved all the time just because, like, why not? But I tended to play pretty cautiously as Grace anyway. So yeah, maybe that would be fine. Oh, right, the last thing too. The first person, third person was really, I thought both of these perspectives worked really well for their respective sections. I think Grace third person would probably be better than Leon first person. Leon first person maybe is okay. Like, I mean, when you play Resident Evil 8, for instance, that's first person. Resident Evil 7 is also first person, but 8, like in particular, is very actiony at some points, and you know, playing it first person, it's sort of the actiony moments. It's fine, but it's not really. It's nothing. I don't know. Like, it is clearly not as it is clearly not as refined and polished as, you know, as like a proper first person shooter. So I think playing Leon first person would just, it would be kind of like bleh. Playing Grace third person could be fun. I think the horror still works well. My understanding is, I remember in the gameplay demo, they showed how, like, you know, like in the very first care section, center section, when you have your first encounter with a girl, that like when you're running away from the girl when she first comes out, if you're playing in third person, Grace kind of stumbles and trips over herself. So my impression is they do add these little things to add to the fear factor and the horror factor a little bit. So I think that would probably work okay. But yeah, I mean, overall, like, because 7 and 8 were in first person, to me it feels like it's meant to be played first person. And there were definitely some tense moments when I was like sneaking past whatever zombies and whatnot in first person. I've got my back to them, I'm running right past them. You can't look over your shoulder, right? So for those kinds of things, first person works really well. Third person, it probably takes away from that a little bit. So yeah, I mean, if I play it again, I don't know that I would maybe consider playing Grace third person just to see what it's like, but I don't think I would play Leon first person. It just doesn't really make sense. But I might play it again. I don't know. This was really fun. I can definitely see myself playing it again. I'm gonna probably cool it first, give myself a break. But yeah, I could definitely see myself playing again. It was great, and I want to play RE2, 3, and 4 remakes as well. Like, I've been kind of a curious Resident Evil half fan for a while, but you know, 7 got me into this. I think I've always liked the idea of the IP, but I've never really gotten invested in enough to feel super motivated to play the games when they came out. Hence why, you know, like the whole thing about 7 came out, and I said I would play it for years, and I never did until 8 came out, and then I said I would play 8 for years, and I never did until 9 came out. But by now I'm like much more invested, so I can see myself going back and playing 2, 3, 4 a little bit, and just like sort of growing from casual half fan to like real fan. But yeah, let's see what else. Story wise, I thought the story was, I mean, it was good in that it was compelling. I was very engaged and invested in it. I don't think they did anything revolutionary with the story. I mean, the whole story of like, oh, there's a secret for-profit bioweapons lab that is, operating on some conspiracy and trying to profit from the military industrial complex, and there was like some dubious thing of how much the US government is involved with, like that is not a new story. It's a tale as old as time, and a lot of these types of games around secret conspiracy or whatever do become this in the end. I was talking with someone about how like it feels like all of the Resident Evil games end up with you in a lab at the very end, which is kind of true, right? Because like these games always end up in, oh, there's some secret some secret shady research going on, right? So yeah, I mean the story is nothing revolutionary. But I think the parts that were really good, that made it compelling, was I was really invested in the characters. I thought the voice acting was incredible. Grace's voice acting is just like superb. It was so good. Right from the beginning, like she brought out all the stops. So I was really invested in her story and her growth. Leon is, an old favorite. And I think also because the gameplay was so good, right? Like it makes you identify with the characters more. So I really felt like I identified with both of them a lot. I was super invested. I was even invested a little bit in Emily, even though she's like, you only get to see her for some little section of the game. So that, I think that's what made the story really good. It was a simple, nothing revolutionary, simple story, but it was done really well, and I thought that was great. In terms of the ending, I thought the ending was kind of cool. Like I liked how they chose they presented you with the choices: release or destroy Elpis. And initially I thought I would destroy Elpis, but then as I went up there and the thing came out, I was thinking like, well, a lot of the stuff at the end has, like, my brain kept going towards the hope themes, right? Especially with that last tape with Spencer, where he was talking, like, he seemed like he legitimately was regretting a lot of the work and research he had done. And so the question in my brain at that point became like, well, is Elpis actually a good thing, right? Like, if this is his hope, right? And even Alyssa mentioned in the interview, like, Elpis being the goddess of hope, to sort of drive that theme there. So I was thinking like, oh, actually maybe I should release Elpis. Like I don't think Elpis is necessarily basically what Grace said. I don't think Elpis is what you think it is. But then the other thing too is like I thought about like, okay, why would we destroy Elpis? And it was kind of cool how they played the flashback voices, like when you picked each option and then you typed in the password to see like what people would say or whatever. And so for like the positive ones, it was Alyssa saying, "You are my hope," and it was Spencer saying, "A blind hope," and blah blah blah. And then on the other one, it was just like Leon saying, "I'm gonna destroy Elpis," and we have to end this. Promise me you'll end this, right? And when I was thinking about it, it also felt like the game's kind of nudging you to release Elpis because of the last tape with Spencer, because also the wording of like Leon says, "Promise me you'll end this," right? Which in his mind is like you'll destroy it, but also he's like, I trust you. Promise. Like there's no he says, "I trust you," right? That is clearly him saying, "I trust your judgment," not like, "I trust you won't betray me." There's no reason why he would say like, "I trust you you won't betray me." They've been on the same team this whole time, right? So like sort of I felt like there were these slight nudges of like, oh, we've been saying we're going to destroy this thing, but maybe you should rethink it. And also when I think about it, I'm like, Leon wants to destroy Elpis because he's a soldier, right? Like this is what his mindset is. This is a bad thing, the bad guy wants it, so I'm going to destroy it, and he's like fixated on that because he thinks that is like my life mission. So there was that. And because of that, it just made me feel like, okay, the case for destroying Elpis is actually not that great. The case that the game seems to be making of, oh, Elpis might actually be a good thing, and it might also save Leon, right? Like this whole time he's been looking for a cure, and you know, there's been no discussion or talk of a possible cure. Like that was what really made me decide to release Elpis instead. And I thought it was kind of cool how they did that. I liked it. So, okay, I've been rambling for like 20 minutes, I think. So, let's just see if there's anything left. Unlocked Insanity Mode, available when starting a new game. Following content has been added to bonuses: behind the scenes video and Grace's report. Special content, models, concept art. Costumes and weapon skins were added. Leon's jacket, Grace's jacket, tactical light for the alligator snapper. Challenges complete. The following challenges were completed. Okay, deja vu. Can I read what the challenges were? Oh, these are, I think, all achievements, like Steam achievements. Oh, cool, and they changed the music too. The music is a little bit more hopeful. And look, yeah, she got a cure, I guess, and she's not blind anymore. For some reason, I didn't think of her blindness as being tied to the T virus. I just thought she was just blind. But okay, let's look at the bonuses. Special content. Okay, defeat 300 enemies. Trusted companion charm Leon. Yep. Raccoon roundup map, Rhodes Hill. Oh, I guess I probably didn't find all the raccoons. I don't think I got an achievement for that. Freya's Needle, a lightweight machine pistol that can be carried in one hand. Prioritizes firing. Oh, so I can get more weapons as Grace. Kotetsu. That will never break. Okay. Has burst fire. A revolver with a demonic symbol engraved on the grip. Okay. Single shot pistol. Carbine. Yeah, this is for the weapon that I got from the commander. An RPG? Damn. Okay. I like that phrasing. Equally effective against non-tank enemies. Permanently increase the capacity of the blood cutter by 50. Okay. Infinite ribbon. Required when using typewriter, never runs out. Okay. Complete the main story by releasing Elpis within 4 hours. Oh, geez. 4 hours. Okay, so going 4 times as fast as I actually did. I feel like I could do it. Will I try? I don't know. Maybe. Okay, more credits per kill. Additional extra level tuning. Oh, I have to destroy. Yeah, see. So I missed 5. Rugged charm. Rookie charm. Increases firepower. Oh, this is for Grace. Okay, cool. Works just by holding it. Trusted companion charm, Leon. Charm for handguns increases bullet penetration. Infinite ammo. Durability. For the RPG. Cute. Recommended to purchase RPG 7 Leon first. I guess you don't actually have to purchase it first. You can just waste your money here if you want. Oh, I see. Okay, there's a map for... There's the roundup map. There's one for Rhodes Hill. And then there's one for Raccoon City. Maybe this is the one that was inside the briefcase in RPD that I didn't open. FBI attire Grace. RPD uniform Leon. Cool. Concept art. Yep. A bunch of... Okay. Various things. The girl. Chaos on the Streets of Renwood. Xeno. Victor Gideon. Sherry Birkin. Alyssa Ashcroft. Oh yeah, that was another thing. Like, anything that was a reference to the older games or whatever, I'm just kind of like, yeah, I don't really know it, right? Since I didn't play them. So like the whole RPD section, I'm like, I feel like if I had played 2 before this, I would just be going nuts over how cool this was. And I was like, but instead I'm kind of like, yeah, you know, I expect this is probably cool for people who played it, but I don't know because I didn't do it myself. Yeah, And then like in some, like the Xeno reveal when he first showed up, and it was kind of like boom, like the badass villain shot. I was just like, yeah, am I supposed to know this guy? Like like the way he was introduced, it made it seem like he was a returning character or someone that I was supposed to know. But I'm like, yeah, I don't know him. The girl, a child named Emily inside the care center. Blister head. Chunk. Okay, so the big guy is called Chunk. Blister born. Now this is what I was calling the bloater. Mutated Emily. Titan spinner battle. Oh yeah, that giant fucking spider, man. I forgot about that. East Raccoon City. Raccoon City zombies. Oh, the highway part. Dude, the highway thing with Victor Gideon, that felt very silly. That felt very Resident Evil 5-y. But it wasn't too long, so I was like, okay, it's okay. I can accept it. But it definitely felt very silly. Garmer. Yep. 30 million for one of these, by the way. And I think as Leon, I gunned down like 20 of them, so nice. There goes your $600 million. RPD, Tyrant. Plant 43. Arc, yep. Facing Xeno. This crazy fucking teleporting out of the way of bullets. It's wild. Models, yep. Jacket, t-shirt, teenager, FBI, jacket, yeah. Oh yeah, so why did they kill Alyssa? I guess they kind of expected that Alyssa, I mean, they were trying to get to Grace, I guess. So they're like, yo, Alyssa, you talked with Spencer or something. You know something about Elpis. But like, I guess they just assumed that Grace, I guess they were like, yeah, we don't need Alyssa. We just need to get rid of her so we can get to Grace. Oh, and actually that reminds me, one other thing about the story that I thought was cool. I liked that Grace was just like a nobody. You know, they like built her up or whatever, and it turns out she was just like a random orphan picked up off the street or whatever. And it's funny because, and so I guess like, I guess all of the girls, you know, like Emily and the others who were produced tried to recreate Alyssa and whatever it is she's got going on, or sorry, Grace, right? Because they think that she's the key. They're trying to like recreate her. The fact that they look like her is a product, I suppose, a product of Victor Gideon and all of them, their fixation, or sort of like their predetermination that Grace is the key, as opposed to like being indicative of Grace actually being the key, right? But then on the other hand, I guess, is she like, so I guess they were like, we're gonna kill Alyssa and pick up Grace because they think that Grace is somehow the key. But then if she was just a random, you know, like nobody kid, I mean, it also seemed like she was immune from the virus. I mean, like she's getting chomped all the time in the story, so she has to have some sort of immunity or whatever. So she's not completely nobody, like she has to have some special blood or whatever. But I don't know, I thought it was cool how like it turned out she was not really anything, you know, like they didn't go for the whole cheesy like, oh, when Spencer had Grace brought out and then he was holding her in the interview, I was actually worried that they were going to do the like, oh, you're actually Spencer's daughter kind of thing, right? I think that is just way too like cheesy and overdone. It's not like, you know, people don't do that kind of stuff, but I'm glad that they didn't. That's all. Titan spinner. Yeah, see, like there's so many more different zombies and stuff. Oh, dude, the children. This one also, the children, I thought that section was definitely kind of forced. There wasn't that much gameplay there, right? It was kind of just, you run through. It's like an immersive cutscene, effectively. The only part really was after hiding, and then I went past the children and that one who were standing in front of the door. I like got their attention, drew them back, and then went back and they were just gone. I don't know what it was I was supposed to do there, but they were blocking the way, and I was just like, oh, okay, I actually have to do something. But that whole section was like, I actually thought it was alright. It was definitely creepy. It was, you know, I liked the storytelling. It wasn't so interesting from a gameplay perspective, but I do remember that section also had one of the, like, when the, I mean, the game has several of these, but like one of its really effective fake outs where you're hiding after you got the what is it, the hatch key, and then the children are walking towards you, and then one of them is like just about to like look around the corner or whatever, and then all of a sudden, you know, there's another noise that draws them away. Like that was super. I don't know, I mean, Resident Evil does this all the time, so it's not like it should be surprising or whatever, but it still kind of got me, you know. So the liquor, yeah, those fucking liquors. Behind the scenes video, Grace's report, challenges, encounter. Okay, these are all kind of the standard ones. Hope and Requiem. Complete the main story by releasing Elpis, Rookie Agent. Complete the main story on release Casual, Rising, Standard. Resolute, Remarkable. Out of sight, out of mind, storing it. Yep. Lock drawer with a lockpick. Hemolytic, Science. Stun the girl with Requiem. Oh, I guess I didn't do that. Yeah, as Grace, I didn't fire a single shot with the Requiem, I don't think. Craft every possible item with Leon. Okay, yeah, I didn't craft everything. I did get this, that's kind of cool. That was as Leon. Cut off the tongue using that. Oh, that's kind of interesting. Defeat the chef, defeat the singers, defeat a chunk as Grace. Okay. Okay, I would have gotten 1,000 CP for this. I was tempted to use the hemolytic injector on it, but I didn't because I didn't know if I would need it later. But I guess if I go back around again, I could do it. This one was funny. I remember it was like one of the shut up guys. He like fucked up a zombie that was making noise. But never save. Create expectations. Oh fuck, I left one. Yeah, because I remember I still had the crate key, and so I left one closed. Damn it. Missed 5 files. 5 Mr. Raccoons. 4-hour speed run. Okay, maybe I'll try that at some point. 200,000 credits. Bloodlust. Okay. Automania. Yep. Complete the main story without using herbs or med injectors. Okay, so no heals basically. That is tough. Without using the blood collector. Oh boy, okay. Let the sweet pear hear the voice. The final puzzle. Okay, well that's mysterious. Bonus settings. Alright. Let's see Grace's report. The truth behind oh my god, it's 60 pages. Okay, let's watch the behind the scenes video first. Hopefully it's not too long.
Sorry. If this is about the report you asked for yesterday, it'll be ready in 3. No, 2 days tops.
Put a hold on that for now. We found another body. One that exhibits the same pathology as the others we've been investigating.
They asked for Miss Ashcroft and then they hung up on me. Rude. What the? They asked for Miss Ashcroft and then they hung up on me. Rude. What the?
They're coming. Grace, we need to go.
Go where? Mom, what's going on?
Hurry.
Wait, who's coming? What's wrong?
We need to keep our voices down.
This is ridiculous.
Come on.
What do I do? Oh, shit. Hello?
Oh, dude. This whole shit, the whole like first chapter of Grace getting just into the care center. That's what I'm saying of like, yo, this girl's never seen a damn horror movie in her entire life. Like just so many things. She goes to the hotel to investigate the crime scene by herself, and then like it's like way off of the main road, right? It's like in this creepy ass hotel. I'm just like, girl, call for backup. You're with the fucking FBI. I'm sure you can get someone to come like protect you, right? Like several people or whatever. And then like so many things like Victor Gideon's drawing her in because he like leaves the picture of her in the note, like let's come talk to me or whatever. It's like, dude, don't fucking do that. The thing that really got me, I remember, oh gosh, I remember this now, like just being so flabbergasted when it happened, is there's the whole flashback where she's in the hotel with Alyssa, and the phone rings and she picks up and someone says, Miss Ashcroft, and she says yes, and then they hang up, and then the power goes off and they try to escape, and then and then they see the dude kill like the hotel manager or whatever, the guy in the lobby, and then blah blah, all this shit happens, and then fucking Alyssa gets murdered right in front of her. The hotel burns out. That's the most traumatic day of Grace's life. All of that started because someone called her while she was in the room. Like she got a mysterious call. They confirmed her identity and then they hung up, and then bam, like everything was kicked into motion, right? And then she goes back to the same damn hotel, to the same room where she got the call. She knows that the person knows who she is because Victor Gideon had left the photo of her with the key to the room saying come find me. She goes in, there's pictures of her and her mom strewn all across the bed, and then the phone rings, and like, what does she do? You would think, I mean, human brains are really good at pattern matching, right? You would think that some part of her brain would be like, hey, maybe let's not do the same thing that we did on the literal worst, most traumatic day of our lives, that pretty much like fucked us up and gave us, all this terrible PTSD that we're still not over. Maybe we should not do the same thing. And she does the same fucking thing. I'm just like, Grace, why? Like, oh God, I'm just like, girl, like, I cannot. I was just floored.
Who are you?
I know now that you're the one that I've been searching for. The special one. The chosen one. Miss Ashcroft?
And I know, like, they have to get her to the care center for the story, but surely there are better ways. Oh God, I remember this. Oh, I want to see this one. Oh, that's cool.
Emily, are you okay? Emily.
Man, it is hard to be this kind of actor, huh? Like,
Not necessary. I'll neutralize the target myself.
you need so much in your head. At least for these action scenes, it's probably, I mean, it's not easier in the sense, like, it's harder in the sense that you have to do all these crazy stunts, but
Oh, wait! You still need me, right?
but like, it must be hard, it must be really hard to act when you don't have a real setting around you, like, like, you have very limited props or whatever, like, everything has to be kind of in your imagination, you know?
Grace. Grace! Time to bury Umbrella's last skeleton.
Alright, let's read Grace's report. The truth behind Raccoon City. Introduction. In 1998, Raccoon City was devastated by a massive outbreak caused by a viral leak from the pharmaceutical giant Umbrella. The United States government responded by launching a missile strike to wipe out the infected and erected a blockade to seal off the city. In 2004, following a court trial, the Umbrella Corporation declared bankruptcy. A complete account of the events was never released. However, in October 2026, it was discovered that the city had been used as a hub for the production and trafficking of bioweapons. This report reveals that the established narrative of the Raccoon City incident was falsified and elucidates newly discovered truths surrounding the incident. 1968. To properly understand the truth, we must first go back to the beginning of it all. In 1968, Oswell E. Spencer, James Marcus, and Edward Ashford founded the Umbrella Corporation. Having witnessed the horrors of the Second World War and the dread of the Cold War, Spencer felt a sense of despair at watching the world repeat the same mistakes. He felt it was his duty to bring about a change to humanity. As stated in court records following the Raccoon City incident, his ultimate goal was to bring about the viral evolution of the human race. Thus, he relentlessly pursued virus research through illegal and inhumane means. This fact remains unchanged. 1970s. From the very beginning of Umbrella, the company faced rapid change and intense internal strife, most notably the sharp ideological divide between Spencer and Marcus. According to court records, this conflict was cited as the primary factor leading to the unusual developments which followed. In 1978, James Marcus developed the T-virus, which would go on to become the cause of the subsequent outbreak. 1980s. This was a crucial period for understanding the basis of what caused the incident and the truth behind the entire case. Spencer's influence in ARC's establishment. Spencer used internal politics to have Marcus demoted, absorbing T-virus research into a facility under his own control. From then on, Umbrella began to actively research and develop bioweapons under Spencer's leadership. The underground facility known as ARC, which was discovered during recent events, originally served as the administrative center of Umbrella's research. Several documents outlining Spencer's plan for ARC have also been discovered. Excerpt from Confiscated Records. Long-Term Strategic Review, 1980-0422. ARC-centric Integrated Research Roadmap. Step 1. Concentrated investment into the Wesker Project and the T-virus. Step 2. Establishment of ARC as a central command center. Step 3. Development of ELPIS. Step 4. Memory transfer and forced evolution. This is the first recorded instance of a significant keyword, ELPIS, the connections involvement. The following documents regarding Marcus's involvement were also discovered. Excerpt from Confiscated Records. Receipt of donation, 1986-0138. Recipient, James Marcus. Sender, F Foundation. Amount, $30 million. This document shows a suspicious flow of funds being channeled to Marcus. Past FBI investigations revealed that the source of the funds, the F Foundation, was just one of the puppet organizations of the Connections. The F Foundation no longer exists. The Connections is a criminal organization that various government agencies have been sounding the alarm against for years. This illicit group is at the heart of all of this. Evidence suggests that the Connections sought involvement with Umbrella's central operations. Additional documents belonging to the protege of Marcus, Brandon Bailey, have been uncovered. Excerpt from confiscated records. Telegraph log 1988-0996. Sender, Brandon Bailey. Recipient, F Foundation. Preparations are complete. I think it's time they made contact with me directly, don't you? I await a response. This indicates that Bailey took over correspondence with the Connections, succeeding Marcus. Bailey was rumored to be the founder of the Connections, but he may have only been a small cog in the larger machine. We now believe the Connections has had deep roots in the criminal underworld since before the 1980s. Much about the Connections remains unknown. Spencer's Purge. In order for Spencer to obtain complete control over Umbrella, he used force to deal with any internal opposition and influential adversaries. A list of these individuals, seemingly prepared by an associate of Spencer's, was recently discovered. Excerpt from confiscated records. Reevaluation list. Following the CEO's reevaluation protocol, measures will be taken against these individuals. Cheryl Moore, Michael Kramer, James Marcus, omitted. 1990s. During this period, Umbrella continued to grow and expand through ties with the government. The organization became so large that Spencer could no longer fully control it. Numerous accidents plagued Umbrella facilities around the world as a result of poor management. Furthermore, information was being leaked to rival organizations and the Connections due to moles who had infiltrated the company. Yet, despite the circumstances, Spencer was able to thoroughly protect and complete his research at ARC, the research Elpis. While most records regarding Elpis were lost with the destruction of ARC, a precious few remain. Excerpt from confiscated records. Spencer's message 199. Data missing. Tricell, HCF, the family, and Umbrella. Elpis shall bring it all to an end. Data corrupted. The only information leaked about Elpis was that it had the potential to upset the military balance of the entire world. However, a strictly managed password known only to Spencer was needed to access it. Okay. Yeah. I do remember them saying that. This had, like in the very beginning, they were talking about Elpis and how it had the potential to upset the military balance of the entire world. I do remember that exact line being used by, I think, Victor Gideon originally, and then later Zeno, of course. What is Elpis? Elpis is a powerful antiviral drug. However, this was unknown to those who sought it. The Connections and other black market groups mistakenly thought it to be a powerful bioweapon with the potential to control human minds. This confusion likely stemmed from the fierce competition surrounding bioweapon development. It was common knowledge that Spencer, the developer of Elpis, aimed for the evolution and control of humanity through viral technology. Completion of Elpis. Based on data taken from the confiscated records and changes in Spencer's behavior, we believe Elpis was completed around the mid-1990s. After this period, the records show a marked decrease in the number of public statements from Spencer. A similar decrease in activity was also observed at the Raccoon City orphanage. Disturbingly, it is suspected that the children at the orphanage had long been used for Umbrella experimentation. While Spencer frequently visited the orphanage, records indicate he stopped in the 1990s. Furthermore, the orphanage was under the research jurisdiction of William Birkin in the late 90s. Birkin turned against Spencer, ultimately leading to the leak of the T-virus. 1998, the Raccoon City incident. The T-virus leaked from the Umbrella Research Facility in Raccoon City, causing an unprecedented outbreak. In response, the government decided to launch a missile strike on the city under the pretense of containing the spread. However, this is where we have been misled. The missile strike was not launched to prevent the spread of infection. A plan was formed to disrupt the relationship between the government and Umbrella and shift the blame for all illegal activities onto Spencer. Found records indicate that the Connections lobbied for the missile strike. Excerpts from confiscated records. Access log. First assembly minutes. ARC has been secured. Commence the missile strike. The blame will fall solely on Spencer. With this, Umbrella will be dismantled and will seize their assets. Their goal was the acquisition of Umbrella's assets, particularly the thing they believed would disrupt the world's military balance, Elpis. Due to Bailey's involvement, the Connections were unaware of Umbrella's inner workings prior to the Raccoon City incident. This set them up to swiftly secure ARC before instructing the government to carry out the missile strike. After the Raccoon City incident, the Umbrella trials. As is well known, trials were held after the events after the Raccoon City incident. Testimony from Raccoon City survivors, along with evidence submitted by the Global Pharmaceutical Consortium, demonstrated the scope of Umbrella's nefarious activities. Evidence against Spencer was presented at the trials by his subordinate, Albert Wesker. It is now evident that Wesker was linked to Tricell, which in turn had strong ties to the Connections. Therefore, it is highly likely that there was pressure from the government and the Connections during the trials. In 2004, following the outcome of the trials, Umbrella was forced into bankruptcy. Just as the Connections and the government intended, Oswald E. Spencer was held accountable as CEO, and he disappeared from the public eye. Acquisition of ARC. The Connections and the government seized ARC during the Raccoon City incident. Thereafter, ARC served as the base for the research, development, and distribution of bioweapons. Documents believed to be transaction lists have also been seized. These list Umbrella's competitors, along with organizations that were previously found guilty of illegal activity. Unfortunately, most evidence was lost with the collapse of ARC. Recovery efforts continue, but success is unlikely. Proliferation of bioterrorism. Following the Raccoon City incident, weaponized viruses developed by Umbrella were leaked. Subsequently, instances of bioterrorism utilizing this technology spread around the globe. In 2013, President Adam Benford was assassinated in a bioterrorist attack. Intelligence agencies report that the president wished to reveal the full truth of the Raccoon City incident. It is possible that President Benford was privy to the facts revealed in this report. Spencer's final years. Remaining records about Spencer after the dissolution of Umbrella are scarce, but a new source of information has recently come to light, an interview conducted by Alyssa Ashcroft. Despite being responsible for countless atrocities, Spencer showed some signs of remorse in this interview. Having lost everything, he sought atonement. While Elpis is a powerful instrument that can render viral weapons inert, it also has the power and the potential as a panacea to be used for good. It's possible that Spencer's true motivations behind Elpis were peace and redemption. While he remained obsessed with the evolution of humanity throughout his later years, most testimonies describe him as nothing but a senile old man. Spencer died in 2006 at his secluded estate. His true intentions behind developing Elpis will forever remain unknown. Conclusion. As we can see from the records, the Umbrella Corporation's liquidation was intentionally orchestrated by the Connections of the U.S. government. Furthermore, they were involved in the illegal development and trafficking of bioweapons in Raccoon City. The extent to which past and present governments were involved requires further investigation. Much about the Connections remains shrouded in mystery, and most records of their involvement were destroyed alongside ARC. Countless lives have been lost. As government officials, we have a duty to pursue the truth. If anything, finding it will finally offer some closure to everyone who fell victim to these heinous actions. FBI intelligence analyst Grace Ashcroft. Ooh. Cool. I do like how they changed the opening title once you beat the game, and it's like this hopeful thing, right? And the music is a little bit more positive. It kind of reminds me of the end of Last of Us Part 2 also, how they changed the like the initial and the ending opening title when you before and after you beat the game. It's cool. Okay. That is it for me. I have been rambling for quite some time. I said it many times. I really liked it. I will probably play it again at some point. But for now, it is time for me to get some sleep. So, good night. And I will see you all next time.